Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mahogany Star Child. I am your host, DJ, and I am Queen Set. Okay, so first and foremost, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays, and all that jazz. I would like to take the time, or we would like to take the time to thank our subscribers, those who have left comments, or just sent us loving light, period. We want to say thank you. We have listened to some of the requests to do individual videos for each sign, and by way of the universe, we're making it happen. So this particular video, we will be doing water signs, which will be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is a love and finance and monthly energy reading. Before we go any further, we would like to put the disclaimer on it. We are not legal help. Um, what else is there?
We're not financial advisors,
none of that.
legal advisors, or medical advisors. Should you need professional assistance, please seek that out elsewhere.
Call your mama.
No.
Just kidding.
Also, please understand that these are general readings, and if something doesn't resonate with you, that's all right. Please check your rising and your moon signs, as you may get additional information from there. And with that, I think that we shall begin this recording with Pisces. So Pisces, let's see what's the energy at play, what advice the universe has for you, what situation we may need to take a deeper look at for the month of January. So, for your career and finances, I have the Magician, Pisces, and for your love and romance, I have the Two of Pentacles.
Okay, I have for your finances and career, the Devil. Oh, goodness. And for your love and romance, I have the Devil.
Okay, and let's see the underlying energy that I have for you, Pisces. Mother, you need some nurturing. You're going to need some nurturing, Pisces. Wow, yeah. Okay. And let's see a card of advice moving forward. Okay, so Pisces, in regards to work, you tend to be very, very obsessive about what it is that you do, to the point where you are a workaholic, possibly. You are very good at whatever it is that you do once you are on even keel. But Pisces, I believe that you need some nurturing this month. I feel that you need to speak to a professional. I feel that you need to express some things, to get some things off of your chest. As I said, you're very good at what you do. You present yourself in a way where you seem to have it all together, that you're in charge of a lot of things. But I'm really concerned here about this Devil card in your work sector. You're overworking yourself. You're overworking, you're overworrying, you're becoming very obsessive about what it is or maintaining this. In regards to your love life, your love life is going through some changes as well. I feel like something is coming to an end. We can take a look to see what is coming to an end. If you are in a current relationship and everything is going smoothly, fantastically, this message may not be for you, but then it may be, because if you need to bring in a new energy or do something different, or maybe you've worked especially if you've been working all the time, it might be time for, I don't know, a second honeymoon or a first honeymoon or a mini vacation or something. So the old way of being is dying away, okay? Let's just say something is coming to an end. I feel that you're trying to balance some things. Now, Pisces, I want to take a closer look because I really want to confirm that you are not dealing with to people. I
Right.
want, I don't like that feeling, but that's what I'm feeling. Um, and maybe it could be that. Maybe you've gone to that place where you're just juggling so much, trying to keep everything on the balance, between work and these relationships, and you present such a good front to everybody. Um, I'm going to let Brittany speak because so many things are coming to me at this moment. I do want a bit more clarification, but then maybe I don't. I do need a minute to think about this.
Hey, Pisces. Okay. For your career and finances, I see the magician and the devil. Me, and I love, don't get me wrong, like I said in our air video, we all have one of the signs, all of the signs within us. So, but with this Pisces, I'm not surprised to see the devil and the magician hanging out at the bar together. And I say that because I feel like maybe this is more so not necessarily geared towards your finances. I'm sorry, your career as much as I think it's towards your finances. Um, as far as the magician goes, with Pisces, Pisces is another one of those signs that um, will put on the show.
Right, right.
The
What,
magician,
Pisces? I'm just gonna throw this out there. Who's got the gambling issue?
Pisces,
Who's got
Pisces.
the casinos?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I said. I'm not surprised that they're
Okay.
hanging together.
All right.
I'm not surprised because with Pisces, the escapism is real. And what I mean by that is when there's too much going on. Um, Pisces has this thing of I gotta escape. I gotta do
Right,
something.
right.
I gotta do something. I
Something.
gotta do
Do
something.
something.
So if this is not, and let me say this, if this is not to the Pisces sun signs, you need to check your
Rising.
rising. Okay, that's very important. So what I feel with this career and finances, that fake it to make it is writing a check that your ass won't be able to cash. You are putting yourself in a situation that is not conducive to the long term financial plan that
Right,
we all should have.
right.
There's definitely some gambling. I feel like maybe in your work life, there may be some.
This is not even. It could be. You want to be mindful of gambling in another level in regards to your work life, meaning be mindful of who you are friendly with at work as
I
well.
want you to be mindful of who you are.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe we have some because we talk about career and finances, but for me, and how manifestation and things like that work, especially when it comes to you wanting to manifest money. It all depends on the value system, and it's usually of how you value yourself. So I feel that there may be a situation of lack of confidence. So we have maybe there are some Pisces energies that's I'm not going to say putting on this front, but really trying to figure out who they are and kind of getting lost in it, or just not feeling secure enough and being a little pessimistic, like the doing extra to fit in type of thing. I just want y'all to be mindful of that. Um, be be who you are, and I feel like there, Pisces, you got a lot going on, and there's just a lot going on. And for the love aspect, I feel like there is a balance. And when I saw this card, as soon as she put this two of pentacles down, I thought to myself, player, 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 play on. Like it just, I'm not sure why that came about. But with the two of pentacles and the death card, I feel like maybe there is some relationships that you've been trying to balance, whether that may be between two significant others. It could be family and your significant other. It could be a friend and your significant other trying to um, find the time, but I feel like you are. going to be going through a situation where it's going to call for a transformation. There's some karmic something that needs to be let go of, and I feel like maybe there may be somebody that you've been holding on to from the past.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have past life relationship. You have known each other before, so there's somebody. And because Pisces opposite energy is Virgo, and I have a Queen of Pentacles over here, I feel like not only is there some nurturing that needs to happen for Pisces this month, but maybe this person that you are kind of in limbo with, or what have you, maybe a Virgo. And like she said before, if you're in a relationship and everything's good, if it don't apply, let it fly. But for those who may be in a relationship with a Virgo, um, or a Taurus or a Capricorn, let me say that with the Earth sign,
Scorpio.
or yeah, or a Scorpio, this may be time where that relationship is going through a transformation. If not ending, nothing ever really dies, it just recycles. So that relationship may be turning into something different, but I'm more so really focused on this career and finance thing. This is going to happen regardless. We're dealing with a major arcana as far as change. No one stops change or transformation.
I'm feeling what may be happening, Pisces, especially with this here. Um, I'm feeling that you have gotten yourself into a relationship, or you're part of a relationship, and it's not an intimate relationship, but I feel you want to be mindful of smothering the other person. Um, Having the other person be there to fulfill all of your needs. I think Pisces, you need to get out of this place where you're obsessing about work and working too much and becoming the supreme alcoholic, and get yourself back into balance. Because when this energy moves over into your relationships, it it creates a smothering sort of effect. Like there's no balance there. You are attempting to maintain a balance. Um, I feel that for some of my Pisceans, that I did say that you might want to seek a professional. Find a therapist if you need to. Um, Go to a counselor. Um, Join a group. But I think that you need to go to a neutral place where you can be heard and solutions can be provided for you. Okay. Um, I also feel that there may be someone in your environment that you actually can share a part of yourself with, where they will not be judgmental. I do feel that for some odd reason that the, any sort of relationship, whatever it is that you are doing, has become obsessive. And that's the word that I keep going back to, that the situation has become excessive, it's become too much. It's the one thing that you focus on, to the point where you are smothering um, not yourself, another person, or maybe this other person has you wondering and doubting yourself and wondering what's going on. Maybe you are the one that's being juggled. Um, Maybe that you are a second or third party in the situation, and that's become a problem for you. And maybe you're deciding to bring it to an end, and you are obsessing about it. Um, but as long as you have your work, and as long as you feel like you can move things around, um, you can deal with it. But I feel at your core it's beginning to tear you apart. So for this month of January, Pisces, I really feel that you need to become a bit more authentic with yourself about what it is that you want to do. I think that some things are dying away. You need to let them go. And it's okay to bring this to an end. I feel that what you need to do is start to nurture yourself and be patient with yourself. I also feel
I
that,
think you guys should be getting grounded as well. Green is
yes,
sticking out a lot.
yeah, when you get grounded, when you get out of that emotional place, and it's kind of ironic for a Pisces, a water sign, we don't have any water on the table.
They're too busy trying to Pisces
Pisces.
is the one that imitates what's
Everything
in
as
front
right, right,
because
exactly.
they're lost. So
Exactly. And you see what this is? This is bring it to form. This bring it to form energy is you leaving your footprint, okay? Instead of imitating everyone else and melding and manipulating situations, it's time for you to do something original and leave your footprint. This is the advice for you. Create something new, Pisces.
it even looks like some Joanne the scammer energy. I was, well, the con artist type thing. I don't know why that came to mind. So if there are some dealings that is not completely 100%, um, maybe gambling, with business ventures, be mindful of that too. But a kind message that I wanted to share because this was looking a little heavy, was transformation, which you have with the death card as well. And for
Yes.
you to get grounded, that would be transformation. And it says you are experiencing an enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. And it's worth the change. It's different for you because I mean, Pisces in their own can be just their own creative person. I think they're probably more, people might not notice it or they're admired for their ability to be fluid in so much. But at what point do you get to put your footprint in the sand?
Exactly. So Pisces, our advice for you for this month of January, we're in a 1 year. This year you get to create what you want. You get to be what you want, okay? This is not a year for you to imitate anyone else. We need the original Piscean energy. And actually, we are in the age of Pisces now. We're no longer in the age of Aquarius. So this is all about your energy coming to the forefront. You are needed to step up and take ownership of this. Let this old stuff go. You have to. You can let it go willingly or it's going to be removed from your life.
Also,
Okay?
pay attention to the something about the, if for those that have earth sign, whether it be your mom, your sister, girlfriend, whoever, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, I think that's what you need, especially because the energy opposite of Pisces or the same energy um, is Virgo.
Mm.
Virgo keeps Pisces
Exactly.
grounded, and Pisces keeps, just like I said earlier, Pisces keeps Virgo fluid. So I think that,
So the supporting energy is mother.
yeah,
Okay, so you need that nurturing. So you do need to find that person who you trust,
and they're out there.
who's like the mother energy for you. Okay?
They're out there.
Someone that you can lean on, someone that you can trust to help you get grounded. All right, Pisces, and we'll see you next month.
Stay strong.
That's right. You are strong. And now we move on to Cancer. So, my sensitive sign of the zodiac, Cancer, right in the middle. Let's see, what are you bringing for us? Or what? You are bringing something for us. I didn't say that wrong. I think Cancer is going to bring some of that emotional, loving kindness and tenderness that you tend to be full of. I think Cancer is going to teach us this year how to be a bit more sensitive to the needs of others without being a doormat. So, Cancer, let's see what the universe, the Most High, the Divine has to tell you in regards to your work life and your romantic life. I know. Let's.
Sounds like a wow wow.
I'm going to pull that one because that one flipped out. So, Cancer, I think it's time for you to embark on a journey. Whether it's an introspective journey, Cancer's the crab. And it's time for you to come out of that shell. As I said, you're the ones that's going to teach the rest of us how to be more gentle with ourselves and with each other. My goodness, my cards want to talk an awful lot, Cancer. So I'm going to pull one advice card. I'm not going to let that happen, and I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to leave it down. Okay. So, Cancer, go ahead, Brittany.
Okay, so for your career and finance, I see that we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot. The song that comes to mind for me is Moving On Up. You finally got a piece of the pie. I feel like for the hard work that Cancer has been doing at work, I mean, really focusing in on their craft. And I know a lot of Cancers who really just been here when it
Right.
comes to their work regards. I feel like it's finally starting to move in a direction that you would like. But I feel that this was brought to you more so in the sense of faith. It's not really anything that you've been doing. It's like that's the energy you put out there. That's the energy we're giving back. You gave us some movement, and now we're going to give you some movement. So I feel like for January, that there will be some movement on the career front as far as whatever particular trade it is that you do. I feel like a lot of trust is going to be needed. And I feel like it's not anything that you do on your own. It's something that is brought by the community as well as the universe. And for your love, I have the Queen of Rods and the Ace of Wands. So I feel like things should be pretty exciting for you. I feel like for Cancer, you're going to be pretty confident in yourself when it comes to your love life or, in regards to your family, friends, and things of that nature. You're going to be pretty, getting pretty comfortable in who you are. I feel like you're also going to get to a point because I also have the deception card. It says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, but I feel like it's been your relationship in regards to you and other people, in the sense of you always walking around with that shell on you. And I feel like for January, you're gonna be, you know what, to hell with it. And I feel like the more that you get comfortable within your being and your little shell or your big shell, whichever you want to call it, it's going to bring you more inspiration. It's going to give you the light that you've been looking, the light that's always been shining on you. But I think the light that you were looking for, in however way that you feel it should be, is going to bring you more attention, more action. I just feel like it's when you get this together, your confidence together, be more comfortable in who you are. I feel like maybe manifestation work is going to be a good time for you this month. Once you get those things together, your base together, then career and finance things start moving in ways that you didn't imagine. And I think it's because you finally let your guards down and you let yourself um, be put in a place to move these things forward, and just make sure that you're being your authentic self because it's needed. It's always needed. Yeah.
Cancer, I feel with you the energy that you're riding in to the new year with. Um, you're ready to begin a new project, and this new project will be successful. You do want to be mindful of allowing yourself to become pessimistic about it. All right. I think Cancer, you need to maintain that sense of wonderment about miracles happening. These two energetic cards that I have for you here, the thirst for wisdom and truth wherever you are, this is you seeking out whatever it is that you want. And I feel, especially with your relationship, this is going to be more of a relational sort of month for you where you're going to make some more deep connections. Um, and you're going to see, I feel like you're going to see the beauty in everything. I think that's what's important to you right now. You're going to see the joy in everything. I feel you becoming more childlike. I feel you becoming more youthful and more innovative. I feel that you are just going to be doing a lot of laughing and joking around, and yet there are going to be times when you become very inward and turn within and become very deep with your thinking. As far as work and your finances are concerned, with this Eight of Pentacles here, yes, you put the work in. You're doing a lot of work here, and you're honing your skills. You're going to be successful, whatever it is you do. But I also feel that you may want to try something a bit different. Just allow yourself to branch out into something else and try something different. You already know what to do. What you do well. But I think it's time for you to bring something else in. And the Chariot is your card. The Chariot talks of success. There is no failure with the Chariot. And then you have the Ace of Wands in this way. The Ace of Wands talks about a new project and success. This is the torch. And I'm looking at the Seeker card here, and he is carrying this wand. So I feel like maybe there's a possibility for you to be doing some traveling wherever it is you go this month. Make sure you make your mark. I think that when you plan your trips, I'm not saying that your trip should not have a bit of fun, but I think that your trips, your going out, your networking should involve a bit more productivity, things that you can actually bring to enhance your life and the lives of others. Simply because this Queen of Rods here in your relationship, this is an energy of someone who's entrepreneurial. Okay, she's creative, she's dynamic, she's passionate. She is also a winner. She does not lose. You have the Chariot and you have the Queen of Rods in your spread. There is a project that you need to initiate, investigate, create, move forward with before this month of January is out, Cancer. This is vitally important to you. I see success, whatever it is that you do, especially in regards to your relationships. I'm not saying that I see much happening on the love front, but you never know what can come from, oh my, when you meet and network with another person. Now, I just switched these cards around, and I'm going to leave this like this for a reason. This Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Rods, you know, um, if I was to look at it this way, she's looking at all the work that has been put in. You're looking at everything that you have done. Um, but I'm looking at the posture of the Eight of Pentacles as well, and I'm concerned about you being overwhelmed and overburdened, perhaps bored and jaded by what it is that you do. So you need to grab a hold of that staff of the Seeker and go on an adventure. That's important, okay? Because here you move forward. I would suggest a road trip, if nothing else. Um, a little mini vacation. If you live in the Maryland, D.C., Virginia area, Luray Caverns. I know it's cold, but I feel like something that you should do something that will enhance your spiritual growth and your spiritual journey.
I also feel that I have this Knight of Swords, and I feel that this is more so about bringing in a new energy, like she mentioned before, doing something different as well. Just switching it up a little bit. It could be that you have there could be travel, but I feel like mentally, you take on a different route or you try a new style that helps with your work, and switches it up like it's done here in the Eight of Pentacles. But I feel like this is just going to be a time for Cancer where, in most cases, where they're usually have a tendency of being fearful or hesitant to try new things, it's like y'all just gonna jump and go hard in the paint, like as far as all these different things that you didn't really realize was around you. Um, I feel like you're not going to be so defensive, and because of that, you're going to be rewarded with success and inspiration and movement and things of that nature.
Transformation comes for you, Cancer. A change comes for you. It is time for you to be free. It's time for you to open yourself up. It's time for you to come out of that shell and start moving about the world. This change is going to create an emergence of who you are supposed to be. And I feel for this month of January, you might get into that place where you want new experiences, and that is what you should be moving forward and doing. All right, Cancer?
All right.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
We'll talk to you
That's
next
all.
month.
Okay.
And now we will move on to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what we got on the table for you. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio. All right, now come on, divine, universe, most high, my ancestors, spirit guides. Help me deliver the messages that are needed for Scorpio. You know, Scorpio is one of those signs. Sensitive, secretive, dreamy. They tend to hold a lot of their emotions, but I feel that this is the year where they're probably going to open up. So let's see what's going on in their work life and in their love life. Okay. 2 nines. Let's see what your advice for this year is. Okay. See what your underlying energy is here. Yeah, what did I just say about Scorpios? Um, Dreamy, holding things close to the vest, very internal. But the underlying energy message here for you is that you need to share information and you need to become a bit more socially aware. You need to be a bit more empathetic. And in order to learn how to be empathetic, one has to reach deep within themselves and start to be forgiving and kind towards themselves. Within your work sector here, 6 of Pentacles and the 3 of Rods. Growth, you're probably feeling quite abundant. It's time for, if you have a small business, expansion, perhaps. Um, Perhaps you could have been a bit more generous with bonuses. Maybe time to create new venues. Dream a little bit more, I think. Well, maybe get out of the dream state and probably start focusing on manifesting what it is that you want. Scorpio, I also feel that there may be a desire for you to travel. Maybe you are getting tired of being in the same place where you are, doing what you are now, and maybe you desire to move. You want to move, do something a bit different. Maybe you are looking for some sort of adventure as well. I think that you have probably become satisfied with what you're doing, but now you want to do something a bit different. And that may involve you traveling. It may involve you opening yourself up more. Maybe it's time for you to come out of the little world that you have created, your safety place, and see what else is out there for you that you can get involved in regards to your love life and your relationships, you seem pretty satisfied. Yet, for some odd reason, I get the sense that you can be in a relationship and yet feel alone as well. Um, I think that your relationship that you have, if you are in a relationship right now, I don't. You're satisfied and yet you're not really satisfied. I feel like it's a facade. I feel like there's probably something more that you want, but maybe you think that it cannot get any better than it is right now. I feel that you want something more, but you just don't know what it is. Yet, you're not willing to experiment or delve into what it is that you want. I feel that there may be a lack of expression, a lack of conversation. As they say, if it's not broken, you don't fix it. But it's not that I'm saying this is broken, but I feel like it could use a bit of sprucing up. I feel like it could use something, some new sort of energy to come in, a bit more playful energy. I feel that the intensity can be reduced. I think that perhaps you have spent so much time acquiring things here that your relationships, not that you've taken them for granted, but for the most part, I think that you have made it to a place where your relationships seem to be self sufficient and taking care of themselves. In essence, your relationships probably have become boring. Um, You're doing the same thing over and over. You engage with the same people over and over. Everything's the same. There's nothing exciting. And I think it's time to move forward out of that. And maybe that's why this energy here is talking about networking with other people, getting yourself involved with other people. Go ahead, Brittany.
Okay. Good evening, Scorpio. As far as your career and finance, I feel that with Scorpio, with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like you are looking at the bigger picture and asking yourself the questions, um, is this enough? Is this what I want? Is this what it's going to be? I feel like wherever you're at, you may feel that your options for um, income may be, it's you're kind of looking at this as a black and white picture, and it's forcing you. I feel like that's what's forcing you to look at the bigger picture. With the Three of Rods, I think you're just ready for more. And instead of fantasizing about it, instead of being your own worst enemy, you realize that you don't. It's only two options, and those options are not enough for you. You don't want to be the beggar, and you don't want to be the person constantly having to give and waiting for karma to get you to receive. You're tired of saying, "Oh, I'll help them out. I'll get it some other way." You need to know now, and everybody is entitled to that sense of security. Um, it's time that you start to get some type of um, financial reciprocity. You want to be able to balance. There seems that you're trying to balance things out, but there's always a coming and going, and it's never really stable. And you're getting to a point where it's enough. I'm tired. I'm not being able to save because every time I turn around, I have to give. It's another bill. My mama need this. Somebody need that, and it's just becoming to the point where instead of paralyzing yourself in fear or um, just procrastinating, you're like, this ain't life. This can't be life. And it's pushing you to that point of the Three of Rods, where you're looking to say, okay, what are my options?
I want to get away.
I want to get away. I relate to this too much. I'm mad. I'm trying to pull myself away, but I get it.
Okay.
But even if it's not in the sense of relocating, you are ready to explore your options. You're not living or limiting yourself in a box of saying this is life. you're looking to either cooperate with others, maybe looking into different fields that you never thought of going into. You're just looking for a change. You like the morning soon come and I'm going to find it. You're not at a place where you're going to let life, this ugly cycle happening. And you're going to get up out of it, make whatever. You go from three people to a person and three
Right.
rods. So
Right.
you make the change this month to figure out which way you need to go. You cut the what doesn't need to be cut, and this could be that you cut your finances down. Make a smaller budget. You tell people, get your own. This is my, I got my own. There are things that you do to try to keep some of those resources in there so that it gives you a little bit of inspiration to move forward. As far as the love life is concerned, I definitely agree with what you said, but I also feel like because this, because you're like looking out for what's better, right now you don't have time to be entertaining relationships. Not to say that it's not stopping people from wanting to hang out with you, but it's kind of boring right now. It's not, you're not bettering yourself. You was already here, and this is a relationship in itself. You know, the relationship of a give and take with people. So right
Mhm.
now you're like, that's not where I'm at. I need to get better with this. I need to focus on this. I want to get my coins up. I want to provide more for me and mine. And a relationship is not something that I want. However, she knows her worth.
Right.
So she doesn't mind that, hey, um, I'm still being playful. I have people who are just being kind and generous to me,
Hmm.
even though it's there. I'm not to say that I'm necessarily bored with it, but it's just not what I'm looking for. But it's here, so I guess there is that sense of boredom, but you still partake in it. I feel like relationships is not going on that strong. And then you just threw down these other cards to bless the
Right.
situation. She just threw down the Ten of Swords. You're not here for nobody else. And for Scorpio,
Right.
I'm not mad at that at all. This is mine. The possessive um, type, and it's about time that y'all be for yourself. Another thing a lot of people don't always know about Scorpio is that they can be very giving.
Hmm.
It's when you do
Yeah, Scorpio.
something else that turns them into,
In
it's just a
regards
good
to,
month for you.
it is a good month because in regards to your work and finances, you're bringing something to an end. Something is coming to an end. You're bringing something to a closure. And as Brittany has said earlier, now you have three wands here. You go from three people down to being by yourself, but you still have three wands. You only have two hands, which means something has to be left behind. Um, you're going to have to make a decision about which one of these wands, staves, rods you're going to take with you. Okay?
Not only that, I just noticed when you was holding them up, these coins in the air are possibilities.
Right.
This isn't even a grounded
Right.
situation,
Situation.
but that 3 of rods,
That's exactly. That's
this is
this is
getting out your head and running with the ground
yeah.
running.
This is not this is possibility. This is not potential. This is what is that you can actually work with, and that's why I feel something has to come to an end, and something will come to an end in order for you to be able to move forward. Um, and then from there, you'll be able to grow something again. You'll be able to maneuver. I really feel like you have been stuck where you are for so long that you haven't done anything. Now you want to do something different. Again, even the shakeup with your relationships, you know, whether they're intimate relationships or work relationships as such, even something here within your relationship or how you deal with relationships, that's coming to an end. Okay.
Also, like I said, as far as allowing people to um, fancy you, I guess,
Hmm.
or take you out or court you. The love oracle card I got was pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So I'm not telling anyone to be a gold digger or nothing like that. I do feel like if we court and communication has to
Right.
be definitely made here so that we don't have any miscommunication to
Right.
the point where somebody feels that they are being used and abused. Make sure you keep that line open, communication. Another card I got for the Empress was, I'm sorry, for Scorpio was the Empress, which I feel like Scorpio is taking care of themselves this month in a beneficial manner. They got the light.
Well, the advice card here says to relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. And this means that you just relax into the situation. Um, you don't need to pull yourself into or retreat into that place of darkness. You just allow, I guess you could say, the energy of the Empress and that enfolding warmth to embrace you. And to be at cause means that you just stay in that place where you surrender. Okay?
You see, she's just laid back.
She's just laid back.
Everything comes
And
to her.
same thing as, Brittany just said, you're in the light. Okay? Surrender. You don't have to struggle this much.
Get comfortable. I know there has been some tough times for Scorpio, always having to scratch and beg or make things happen. But it's all on where our focus is. We're moving from lack to abundance.
Stuff is going to be gone. All right, let some stuff go. You really don't have much of a choice in regards to this. It's going to happen.
You got the tennis boards.
This is going to happen. You might have a little bit of say so, but don't hold on to it. Let it go. It's not worth it. You got new stuff coming. You got to create new room. You got to create more room for new energies to come in. Okay.
At that.
Yeah. Seriously.
That's like a whole new life energy coming in through on the finance and the love.
Okay. I see.
Scorpio.
That's right. I see where Scorpio might be a bit more sociable, a bit more in demand, and that you said, like you said, don't let just anyone court you. And yet, I think that you're going to be more in demand, and it could be because your energy is going to become more mysterious, and I think maybe people will find that appealing. So, Scorpio, I don't have anything else to say. I think it's going to be a pretty, not necessarily explosive month, but
you did all
cleansing.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a cleansing month, which is good.
Followed by some replenishing of some much needed
some good energy coming in for you. So Scorpio, thank you so much. So that brings us to conclusion of our water signs. Thank you so much. I'm Queen Osette.
And I am BJ.
And we will see you next month, water signs. Bye.
Stay wavy.